Going to resume here. 2 kits on to control. 2 players of armor. SAR's going to be the nade man. As you can see, there is no armor whatsoever on the Chiefs. They are all going for various weapons. They've all got Glocks though, which is interesting. No Julie's raid boss or Tech 9 raid boss. Obviously, Tech 9 raid boss is good for the moving accuracy. We're going to see a push coming in through the smoke from the CTs, but he's going to run out of pistols. They're still run out of bullets, sorry. But Nick's still going to manage to reload and find himself 2 frags. Bomb is down now in A main. Only Pietro is alive. So, kind of a weird round, actually. I mean, like, the USPs are really bad against Kevlar. Never mind helmet, they're super bad against Kevlar. So, for the T's to have nobody with Kevlar is interesting. Like, not a single player. I think it's something they may have missed there. Now the 4 spies coming out, we're going to see 4 Tech 9s and the Deagle with no armor from Pietro. And they spent literally everything to T's, so... I think maybe it would be better to drop the Deagle to somebody with a helmet and give a Tech 9 to Pietro so he can move and shoot at the same time. I think that would be a bit more optimal. But there we go. Maybe he is proficient with the meat shots with the Deagle or even the headshots, who knows. Anyway, it's gone good so far. 2 CTs down, looking for the 3rd, and there he goes. Pietro coming in with that Deagle, so maybe it's worth him holding it after all. Nyx and OCE, the only 2 CTs remaining versus 4. This is not going to be a very nice journey into the B bomb site. OCE looking for Pietro, and Pietro he will find with the headshot no less. Again, Pietro didn't have any armor, but he's done some significant damage. That nade doing some damage as well. Can OCE get the 2nd frag? Zusi repositioning. That's a nice position because it's going to make it hard for OCE to get the 1 versus 1. He manages to find the angle anyway, but he was not going to come out on top. So the Chiefs right back into things here. 3 round lead at the moment, forcing control onto an eco. I mean, they could choose to force here against the currently weaker guns of the T's, but then if they were to lose, which they probably would, then their economy would be completely screwed. 3 rounds behind already. That would maybe allow the Chiefs to just completely run away with it. If they can try and save some money and go for a primary buy, if you will, then we'll see if they can get the momentum and string the rounds together to even things up once more. So you've got the money from Pietro just to go underneath the boost spot, a common place for the CTs to hold. The intention was to force the CT out and then spray him down afterwards. You see how Pietro uses a smoke to give himself a 1 versus 1 there. Very nice play indeed. Oh, he didn't reload, probably going for another reload. Fortunately for him, Soygood, no armor, going to take it straight to the face there. Just 1 bullet required. Pietro pushing through the smoke, and Sar is going to punish him for doing so. But still a relatively simple round for the Chiefs, with a lurker towards B, but the bomb is going towards A.
Terrorists win.
So we have the eco again from the CT side, which means that we are looking at a 5 round lead for Chiefs and just a few rounds away from taking map 1. This is not going to be a good situation for control. Genesis gets taken down on the early aggression. Let's look at the money. Soygood will have enough to buy an AWP in the next round. So will OCE. Actually, this is quite a conservative... Actually, no, it's not really that conservative. They're going for the full buy, full nades, full everything. Aggression coming through A main from 2 CTs. It will lead to nothing. Only Nyx and OCE left. They are far away from each other. I'm assuming they're going to try and combine the power of their guns versus the 5 T players here. Lightstep's going to go down to the P250 of OCE. So it's minimal damage here done by control. Chief's not going to be too concerned. Crystal has an MP7. He's carrying the bomb. I'm not sure exactly what gun Lightstep had, but if it was an AK, then maybe he can go and grab it. And if it was a significant gun, then they should have somebody watching it. You can see Zusi is in a position here. Although Nix is going to get another frag. Let's see how much damage he can do now. Wallbang attempts coming through from the checkers area, as we call it in England. Also known as vents. But we call the vent itself vent, and then the floor is checkers because the floor is checkered. Although I know in like foreign English, like European English for example, they'll just call the whole area vents. Maybe they don't know what checkers means in English, I don't know. That knife is disgusting, I don't know how we can play with that. That's actually gross. Ebola knife. Okay, so finally the buy coming out from the CTs. Only 2 players with helmets, but that won't matter. AWP on Swigoods. Nice spray down from Nix. Early advantage for Control. So let's see, Tux is moving away from the site. I thought maybe he was going to throw some kind of smoke towards A, maybe trying to beta rotate. And while he does that, the 5 men of Control will put a boost up towards the A site, and Chiefs don't have anybody close enough to detect that, although they do seem committed to a B push here. Looks like Chris might be the lurker to stop people coming in through the vents. Let's see if Pietro can get the opening frag. But the CT's realizing what's going on here, getting the counter flashes and smokes and molotovs in. There's the first frag. There are 2 people on the site, so Sar can bait for his teammate. He's just going to hold it down in the headshot and wait for the push here from Tux. But he's jumped into the smoke and that hasn't worked. The big bomb site now has been vacated by force. Swigood's going to eat a bit of a nade here. He has some kind of angle, but I'm not sure how safe he is. You can see he isn't really safe at all. He needs to look at 2 different places at the same time. And he's got a teammate coming in from the T-spawn area. Is he going to find anybody to engage with? It doesn't seem so. Chiefs being very, very patient. Obviously he's going down as well. The CTs might lose all of the weaponry here. There goes Nix. Tux being the last man to survive. Wow, Nix got 2 pretty quick frags here actually. That could have spun around. Not sure if he would have had time to defuse. Good damage done by him, but the Chiefs have the money to continue the aggression. You can see things getting difficult for the Control now. So, looks like they're going to go for an eco here rather than the force. Spending a beard of money here and there. Nix with the... Oh, my brain is not working. The 5-7, damn it, and the Kevlar. But that's it. He has a fair amount of money in the bank. He could buy an AWP next round if he wishes to. They've got the max loss bonus as well. Ooh, Genesis has simply walked through mid. But how quickly can he get this information? He's not pushing too fast, considering it's an eco, which I think might be a mistake, because there's only going to be 1 player over towards A. They didn't get the info fast enough. Now they're going to get picked off 1 by 1 as they rotate towards A. I can only assume he expected the CT to be waiting for a push there, which would be reasonable. So, you know, hindsight, I can see everything. But should he have pushed, maybe they could have got some more damage in. But they're doing reasonably well at the moment. They've got a man advantage, actually. Although that's soon to disappear. Molotov going down on the bomb as well. And there's no kit, obviously, on Sar. He's got an AK-47. Trying to do what he can. Zusi will just calmly pick him off and moves Chiefs to round 14. So, Control have half the score of Chiefs at the moment on this map now. And uphill struggle is the name of the game. Now they have probably the best buy they've had on the CT side so far. I don't know how many buys they've even had, but maybe this is their 3rd. But this could be their last. Last full buy, that is, of course. They've left a bomb in T spawn, which just is a bit of a waste of time for a player to go from here, say, to here, and then back, when they could be doing something more useful. So you see moving out of A main, and it seems Control going for the boost again. Although and kind of failing it. Come on, boys. It's fairly straightforward. Making a lot of noise. Fortunately for them, like they always, when they were on a T side, they always had a player in Squeaky. If the T's have a player on Squeaky, they're hearing that all day. All day. So Tux boosted into mids. Vent have been Molotoved out. You can see Z Connector smoked off, as is Short. I know Renegades like to get the smoke in on the top of Short. Ooh, Tux, has he been spotted in the vents there? He's spotted Genesis. There comes the headshot. Looking for somebody in Z Connector as well, but no one's going to peek. Pietro with a nice angle, going to find Sar in headshot. With a headshot, no doubt. No less, sorry. So, Control just with 3 players remaining now. It's a nice snap by Soygood. Pietro getting a sneaky position through the smoke. Chris trying to stop the rotators. Wasn't the best job. Foxy coming into T-spawn now. And the CTs must feel like they have no choice but to go for this. They're going to get a few frags, but not enough. And Chiefs go on to map point. Again, once this map is finished, the stream will go down briefly while we move back into the studio for the remainder of the broadcast. So lots of Molotovs on the T side, and the CTs, obviously they've got that max loss bonus, so they're going to have a reasonable buy. Going through a 3-man push towards B, but that counter flash from the T's is going to slow them down. They're going to do it eventually, but there we go. Is this going to cause a fast reaction here from the T's following that? So you see, having an aggressive peek towards A, maybe having a read that there might not be that many people on it, but it's Lightstep coming in first, and he's going to go down, missing the up shot, so he's going to trade at least. Now we're seeing almost a full rotation from the CTs. You can see Genesis has going for the rotate from B, but he's going to be late to the party. How well can the CTs hold things down? Very well, it seems. Tuck's the only one left, going to look the wrong way, get taken down, leave his teammate exposed, he'll go down as well. Tuck's 16 HP versus Genesis. Plant's going to come in. He has no idea where Genesis is. He's going to accidentally flash himself with the pop flash. And Genesis making some noise with the FAMAS will give his position away. But Tux is not going to snap fast enough, and Genesis will finish the round. Gets to the fuse kit, upgrades his gun, maybe he'll get an AWP afterwards as well. Another upgrade, but can he get the final upgrade to the AWP? Not on this occasion. No AWP for Control in this round. The Chiefs will continue the pressure. So, despite winning the round, it's the Chiefs who have a better buy with 4 AKs. You can see 2 FAMASs on the side of Control. More nades for Chiefs as well. And time is on their side. With the lack of nades, the CTs already have no smokes left. So, now I think that is a smoke for Short, I want to say. Okay, so got a push coming in from the T's. They've got a bit of a team kill, which will help a little bit. Ooh, not seeing OCE through the flame straight away. Gets there eventually, and down goes the bomb. So it's a 3-man retake for the CTs coming in from 2 directions, 2 short and 1 from the car position. Sarah having a look, trying to see who he can find. See Tux hiding behind forklift there. Will he go for the peak? Lightstep gets flashed. Starts holding the angle while Genesis pushes. That Molotov's going to come in, but before he can start shooting, Genesis will take his head off, and Tux will go soon after as well. Bomb is ticking, but they've got a kit and they should be good. Ah, the Molotov was for the bomb. They went for the short plant, but it wasn't to be. We're seeing the short plant more and more these days, which is quite nice to see, and that's a very different execute for the short plant. And now that makes sense as to why they smoked short. Obviously, if short is smoked off, it helps them plant the bomb in the first place, but also I suppose it would deter the CTs from retaking via short because of the smoke. Maybe they rotate Z connector, or maybe they get shot in the back. So we'll see what else the Chiefs have in the bag. Going to go for the buy once more. Control with a bit of a better buy now, but they're going to lose a player early in Soygood. Boost coming in. Zusi being sent up to deploy Pain for the CTs. See, the CTs have a 2-0-2 set up at the moment. Obviously going to have to rotate towards the car area to make sure nobody is pushing through CT from mid. Nick's playing close on A main. He's going to meet Zusi very soon. But their push is coming in towards the bomb site now. We'll see if these CTs can hold things down. Sarf taking down Pietro. Genesis moving to headshot. There's a bomb. He takes two with him. Finds a third as well. Control not out of this yet. 3 versus 1 now. Zusi alone. He's going to get nicked for free. And he's still got 40 seconds to play with and full health. The CTs will hear him coming. Zusi going to take down Oxy. Genesis managing to trade. You can see Genesis was repositioning into a position where he could essentially trade with his teammate. His teammate went down regardless, but he managed to find the trade no less. So that was a fortunate situation for Control that could have spun out of control very easily. So still 5 match points here game points for the Chiefs. They're going to go for the force buy, keep the pressure up on the CT economy. Let's have a look at the CT economy. Indeed, that is a good idea. Just keep grinding them down financially. As you can see, there is not much money going on. So Nyx is going to be taking down Zusi. Not sure if there was a smoke there that was invisible or what, but ooh, Tuck's going to get 2 Tech 9 kills, and that could win his team the round and the map. There goes Soygood, traded by Chris Wow, taking down Tux. Sar is up. But who can he bring anybody down? That is the question. We've got an ace coming in. 2 players playing the site with Lightstep on forklift. There's 2 rifles on the T side at the moment, but it's only Sar and Genesis versus 3. Down goes the crossfire. Down goes Lightstep. Pietro's got 10 HP. He needs to find a 1-tap here. He's going to find a few taps onto Genesis. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Chris Wow going to have the sound cues, but he is not going to find the right angle. Kit in place, and Sar will take another round for Control. Is it Sar, 5-star, 5-star? Survivor. Ah, Survivor. Okay, here we go, Survivor. I'd be good at the pub quiz. It's too early for me. Chiefs with another buy. More AKs. Lights up with the Tech WP. Leaving 1,400 in the bank. So he had 1,900s. That's his best option for his money, really. Oxy going to be playing in the smoke, maybe trying to block, and the block will succeed, but he's going to keep pushing through, and that was maybe not the best idea as he gets taken down by Zusi. And it's down to the remaining CTs to hold now. 5 stars going to get a number of kills over to that side. Pietro is well out of position, but how many can he get here? He's got 3 CTs to face, but he's going to get traded, just taking down the 1. So Zusi versus 2. He knows where at least one of these players are, maybe both. And they're going to both approach from CT. I do like it when the CTs both approach from the same angle, but let's see if they can do this first. Indeed, they will. Another round in a row here for Control. I like it when you have, like it's a 2 versus 1 sometimes, and the 2 Ts or CTs come from the same angle, because you always expect them to come from different angles. So if they can do it with like some sort of small delay, can be quite the surprise. So 15 to 12, Lightstep, that Tech 9 play from the previous round will allow him to buy an AWP. For this round, that's all he has, AWP and full armor, and about $50 in the bank. So let's see what he can get done. Going for the crab strafe, but no connections on the initial attempt. Pietro coming in aggressively while Lightstep runs distraction, and that will pay off. Swaygo getting taken down, but Genesis comes in from the vent area to trade for the CTs, and that is the B-bomb site abandoned by the Chiefs. Looking to focus their efforts elsewhere. They have Zusi playing close main at the moment, presumably behind the box, to avoid any flashbangs coming in, any pop flash aggression from Control. Chris, well, I want to see where this goes this time. It's not allowing me to watch it. There we go. So it is a short grenade. Ooh, a bit of a cue there. Nick's getting hit in the head with a grenade. Give his position away. There we go. Smokes are down. Site is secure. There's already a man advantage for the T's, and they're only going to look to extend it. I think they're maybe discussing a boost at the back of the site, but might not be necessary. 4 versus 2 now. Genesis and 5-star versus the rest. Down goes Genesis, leaving 5-star to clutch this for his team, taking every single little corner. And he has a kit, but not a hope in hell. 16-12, Chiefs take map 1. Again, people, we are going to be going over to the main stream now to resume the broadcast, so bear with us. The stream will go dead for a few minutes. And then we will return.